Ibrahim, thank you for being here today. It's really a pleasure to have you. Today we're going to be talking about green building certification system, specifically with MAF being a leader in this domain. So Ibrahim, can you just tell us first, coming just fresh from COP26, just some initial feedback? How do you see the overall impressions of COP26 when it comes to also green building certification systems, and how green building certification systems are being discussed within these kinds of summits?
Thank you very much for having me. And in COP26, I think the built environment took a bit of a center stage, in addition to other discussions we had. So the main focus of different organizations such as the World Green Building Council, the World Business Council for Sustainable Development, the Global Alliance for Building and Construction, on decarbonizing the 40% of the total carbon emissions that we need to reduce to achieve the Paris commitment. So that was a highlight for me. Now it's clear for businesses and the private sector all over the world, and even investors, that you should have a sustainability agenda. You should care about the climate if you want to have access to capital and if you want to have a long-term sustainable business.
That's really great. Just coming back to the green building certifications topic. So what's the importance of these kinds of certifications for MAF, and how has the journey been throughout the whole years with your projects when it comes to LEED and BREEAM?
We at Majid Al Futtaim, sustainability is in the heart of everything we do. It's in our DNA. So the first low-hanging fruit when it comes to the built environment is the minimum is to get or the first step is to get green building certification. So since the beginning, since almost 10 years, it's a compulsory policy. Anything we build must be either LEED Gold, BREEAM Very Good, or Istidama 3 Pearls Istidama, or equivalent. So that's the policy we have whenever we build anything across all the markets we operate in. You cannot talk about adaptation or a North Star when it comes to climate change without a mitigation. And I personally believe, as well as in Majid Al Futtaim, that green building certifications is the first step in climate change mitigation for the built environment.
As a developer that has been already in this market and pioneering the whole green building certification approach, what can you actually tell us about the cost implications and the sustainable financing that we're now seeing in terms of green bonds, in terms of green sukuk also, that I know that MAF has been involved in? Can you tell us a bit more about this?
I believe the companies or the developers that they already don't even have team within their companies looking at their sustainability and still going outside, I think they're a bit behind. They have to look at it from a have to thing. It's not a nice thing to do. So it's not, with all due respect, it's not under even another department. It is a built-in now within the DNA of the businesses. And this is what the whole world is talking about. 60% of the population of this part of the world, they're under 30 years old. These are the youth. They know whom they want to work with. They know whom they want to invest in. They want to know whom they want to buy from. And these guys, they will not come to an unsustainable company to invest, buy, or work for. Time and life, the world is changing, and sustainability is on top of the agenda. So my advice to these corporates to join us in this journey, to start with, as Majid Al Futtaim, we feel a bit lonely sometimes. We like to see more and more companies from this part of the world. We have leadership support from this part of the world as well. And we mastered one thing, maybe if we talk about the United Arab Emirates, we mastered that to run and to achieve targets way faster than other nations. So especially when it comes to good intention targets. So my advice is you have to have a team within. That team within, they can go out to consultants if they have to talk about ESG rating. And ESG, if they don't know what's ESG, it's environment, social and governance. ESG rating is such an important tool now to have access to capital. Soon, banks, financial institutions will not give any money if you don't have an ESG rating. So this is just a straightforward business piece of information. And I think we have know-how. We have good know-how in the region and the country, either be it with built-in or supporters, advisors, consultants. So we don't have a lack of know-how. So we don't have an excuse. If you want to really to enjoy this planet for yourself and for your children, grandchildren, generations to come, I think it's the least you can do is to have a proper business model in your business. Keep doing what you do, but enhance it by having a sustainable business model.
That's a great message, Ibrahim. Thank you very much for
Thank you.
Taking the time to have us here today, and looking forward to other meetings, hopefully other collaborations. Thank you very much.